Stop waiting for her to say something first, because the truth is she's already telling you everything you need to know. You just haven't learned how to read it yet, and if you can learn these 5 specific shifts, you won't need to guess anymore. You'll know before she says a single word, and by the end of this, saying it first will feel impossible for her to resist. Let's get into it. The first one is creating a gap she has to fill herself. Most guys think constant communication builds connection. Texting all day, responding instantly, always available, always initiating. What actually happens is the opposite of what you want. When you're always the one reaching out, her brain never has to do any of the emotional work because you're doing all of it for her. This works through a psychological principle called the Zeigarnik effect, where the mind fixates on things that feel unfinished or incomplete far more than things that are already resolved. Most people think being constantly present makes someone want you more, but actually presence without absence just becomes background noise. The version of you that occasionally goes quiet, that lets a conversation end without over-explaining, creates a small open loop in her mind that she has to close herself, and closing it often sounds like her reaching out first with something that gives her away. The second one is becoming slightly harder to read. This doesn't mean being cold or distant. It means not narrating every single thing you feel the moment you feel it. When a man makes his interest completely obvious immediately, there's nothing left to figure out. No mystery, no pull. What's actually happening when you hold back a little is that you're activating uncertainty, and uncertainty is one of the strongest drivers of attention the mind has, because certainty ends. Curiosity and uncertainty keeps it running in the background all day. Most people think total transparency about your feelings speeds things up, but actually, it often kills the exact tension that makes someone want to say something first, because there's nothing left for her to discover. The third pattern is letting her invest before you do. This looks like small moments, asking her opinion on something instead of just telling her yours, letting her make a suggestion for where to go instead of always planning it yourself, giving her small chances to put effort in. This works because of something called the effort justification effect, where people place higher value on things they've actively contributed to than things handed to them without any cost. Most people think doing everything for someone proves how much you care, but actually, when she's never had to invest anything, she has nothing pulling her forward emotionally, because we don't chase what cost us nothing to get. The fourth one is noticing her instead of complimenting her. There's a massive difference between telling a woman she's pretty, which she's heard 1,000 times and barely registers anymore, and noticing something specific, the way she gets quiet when she's actually thinking hard about something, a small detail from something she mentioned once in passing that you actually remembered. This works because it signals something rarer than attraction. It signals attention, and being truly seen creates a different kind of emotional response than being flattered does, because flattery is about her appearance, and being noticed is about her as a person. Most people think bigger compliments create bigger impact, but actually, specific quiet observation almost always lands deeper than anything generic ever could. And here's something worth pausing on for a second. If you've been trying to win someone over by doing more, saying more, proving more, and it still isn't working, that's not a sign you need to try harder. That's a sign you're solving the wrong problem entirely, because attraction was never about volume, it was always about precision. The fifth and final pattern is letting silence do the confirming. Most guys panic in pauses, feel the need to fill every quiet moment with reassurance or jokes or extra effort to keep things moving. But comfortable silence, the kind where neither of you needs to perform, is actually one of the strongest signals of real connection that exists. Because performance is easy around people you don't feel safe with, and silence is only comfortable around people you do. When you stop rushing to fill every gap and let a pause sit there naturally, you're not creating distance. You're creating space for her to feel what's actually there without a constant stream of noise covering it up. And in that space, people often say the thing they've been sitting on. The truth underneath all 5 of these is the same. You cannot force someone to feel something they don't feel, and if that's the situation you're in, no technique here is going to change that. But if the feeling is already there, sitting quietly underneath the surface, waiting for the right amount of room to come out, these 5 shifts are what create that room. Presence and absence in the right balance. A little mystery instead of full transparency. Letting her invest instead of doing all the work yourself. Noticing instead of just complimenting. And comfort in silence instead of constant noise. So think about where you actually stand right now. Are you the one filling every gap, doing all the chasing, saying everything out loud before she's had the chance to feel it herself? And if that hit a little close, that's not a bad thing. That just means you finally know exactly what to change, starting today.